You want to like be friends? Oh, really? Good
You can't
evening.
just do it like that, Omar.
I
You
love
did
doing
not,
it
you
like
bitch.
Oh my
that.
god. Well, hi guys. Welcome to another episode of Old Reader, New Reader. Now, normally we do this like, officially, and we welcome you. We're like, hey guys, how's it going? But Omar
Nope.
waited and put us live mid-conversation.
That's
Talking
how I
about
do.
Pokemon Go. Because he
That's
wanted
how
to
I do.
embarrass me, but I'm not
I
embarrassed, guys.
did not want to embarrass you.
I'm gonna put my trainer code up later if anyone here plays Pokemon Go.
We ain't doing
On this
that
live
today.
chat,
We ain't doing
and
that
they want to join
today.
me for raids. Tim Klein. I don't know if you're on here, buddy, but him and I are already Pokemon Go friends. He's helped me defeat 2 Blastoise, Mega
Oh my
Blastoise.
god, we need
so-
to make a new bingo card for you now that you're playing Pokemon Go. So, hope everybody's doing okay. We are talking, of course, about Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
This originally came out, oh my goodness, it's been years, but originally came out in issues of Wolverine, 66 all the way to 72, and then there was a giant size Old Man Logan because Steve Mcniven could not keep up a monthly schedule. So it was delay after delay, and they finished it out in giant size Old Man Logan. Mark Millar is the writer. Steve Mcniven, this is the same team that did Civil War. So here we have it, Wolverine, Old Man Logan. We're going to be talking about spoilers, and then we're going to be talking about, I am not a Pokemon Master Nocturne. We are talking about Wolverine, damn it. Then we can talk about Pokemon.
Yes.
D.H. Mitch Adams, I'm really worried that you're just going to assume that what you're eating is chicken. You should know. Amanda is back.
I am back, and I'm not in my room, Shonda Sook. I am in a hotel room, actually, in the great state of Texas somewhere, visiting my husband, who's been on deployment, and we're in the last home stretch, last month and a half, so almost done. And then he'll be home for good. So decided I needed a vacation. He took me to the beach. It was fantastic. Yes, I stayed away from everyone and made sure I wore a mask when appropriate. So all good.
Now the masks are killing the fish. Used to be the beer containers and the bottles, and now I see people with masks, like holding them up, like look at what it's doing to the sea life. Humanity, man, we suck. Anyway, so hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody is staying healthy out there. Beach or no beach. Old Man Logan, my favorite character in the Marvel Universe. This isn't the first time we've seen a possible future, but let me just show you some of the artwork here while we talk about what happens in this story. This is the cover to the hardcover right here. You can see the main characters. You see Logan. You see Old Man Hawkeye, who had his own 12-issue limited series. And then you see the Hulk clan. Why is Captain America a skull and instead a Venom dinosaur? All these questions will be answered.
And more.
And more. But let's just really quickly look at the big selling point, which it all starts off with an unforgiven kind of Logan. He's old. He's retired.
A true grit Logan, if you will, almost.
Well, that's why I went with Unforgiven, because that's a lot of people, like when Chris Claremont was writing X-Men, that's kind of who he channeled, was the Clint Eastwood, spaghetti western type of character, and that's kind of who Logan has turned into. So he's no longer a superhero. He gave that life up, hung his hat up. Actually, he didn't really hang his hat up. He wears a hat now, but he hung up his superhero cowl.
Cape.
He never wore a cape.
He could have.
No, Wolverine does not need a cape. And now
in an alternate universe.
He's married. He has kids. He owns
a ranch.
And
he doesn't own it, does he? Oh, he owns it, right?
But he owes money.
He owes money. Okay.
Well, I think it's almost like a serfdom, right?
Yeah,
so
serfdom.
Like anyone who owns land in this area has to pay certain fees to the guys here, which is
exactly.
Yeah,
so a little bit quick little
backstory. Who are the guys here, Maddie?
Who are the guys?
It's the Gangrene from Powerpuff Girls.
Okay,
it's Bruce Banner's grandchildren.
And all his inbred offspring and such. So just a quick backstory on how this exists. Apparently, all the supervillains got smart and decided to team up and defeat our heroes. And so America has been split into 4 different segments that were ruled by different supervillains, which this one's actually ruled by Bruce Banner. So I guess he's not really a supervillain, but, you know, he has a very complicated history with our... He is in this one. He has a very complicated history with our heroes, as we know from World War Hulk and Planet Hulk. So he owns the half all the way in the West Coast. Then you have, like, I think Magneto owned like where Las Vegas was. Then Kingpin took it over, and then Doom owns a section. And then there's like some kind of open land. And then of course you have the part that the Red Skull presides at, and he is now the president of our fair United States of supervillains. So there you go. That's the backstory of where we're at now.
Yeah. So pretty much it's simple. It's Old Man Hawkeye, Old Man Logan, trying to make some cash on the side. Old Man Logan's got to pay some bills. So Old Man Hawkeye comes in. He's like, "Hey man, you want to ride out? One last ride." Old Man Hawkeye's blind now.
Which is hilarious. It just felt a little weird because sometimes Hawkeye is deaf, and so you're like, you didn't go with just the normal, the canon disability with that.
But that's okay. They've got the spider buggy on their
spider mobile. Yeah, well, I guess it means a lot when he's blind and can still shoot arrows. I don't know.
I don't either.
Superpowers or whatever.
But we'll talk about the flaws of the story in a little bit. They go through different sectors of the United States, so it's a joyride, getting to know each other. It's really fun. They meet some Ghost Riders, and then
they see Loki's destroyed husk of his body.
Yes.
In the wastelands.
They get to try to save Clint Barton's daughter, which is him and Peter Parker's daughter's daughter, which is so Peter Parker's her granddad, but he's dead too because all the superheroes are dead. Like Giant Man.
Yeah, wasn't that sad?
We'll look at that in a second.
Yeah.
So here's some of the
cool, though.
Wonderful artwork.
Yeah.
Wonderful artwork here by Steve Mcniven. And gang, hold on. Let me just make sure I give credit where credit is due. It's Dexter Vines and Mark Morales and Jay Leiston. Those are the inkers. But so yes, they're on a cross-country trip. There's some amazing scenes. She's trying Spider-Woman, what is she going at? She's trying to break free from the Kingpin. There's this really badass scene that I have to share. Like I said earlier, spoilers just in case.
Yes.
And she kind of gets her revenge. Look at that. Badass.
There's a lot of head cutting off in this.
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, it's very bloody.
A little. I don't know how Michael read this.
Of heart. This is grotesque.
It's for the heart of heart.
Yeah.
Is that the opposite of the faint of heart?
It's not for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
Say it.
Yes.
I didn't come up with this language.
It's for the hardened hearts. Hardened hearts.
Hardened. That's it. Not soft. Whatever. Anyway.
People with no souls. I don't know how you
okay. Then I guess that's me, because I love this stuff.
Yes, that sounds about right. I'm just kidding.
So take it away, one of you ladies, and we can keep moving, because there's not really a lot to this.
No, it's a road trip. It's a road trip between these two old men who are both dealing with their own issues going through this. They were superheroes that were defeated ultimately, and how do they pick up and move the pieces? It's been over 40 years since everything's happened, right? So Hawkeye...
So I was telling for Ace. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, I'm ready for Ace. Ace,
exactly.
Come on now, Ace.
Oh,
I got you. Look at that, Helen Mirren.
Which really looks like Jennifer Lawrence. So now I think Jennifer Lawrence needs to play Helen Mirren in a movie, and I don't know how that's going to happen.
And there goes the stream. Okay,
yeah,
Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan. So these two men, so you have Hawkeye. The whole reason he's going on this mission because he says he has to take something across country, right, to New Babylon, which is our new capital of our United States of America of supervillains. And of course, Logan thinks it's drugs, but we come to find out it's not drugs because he's also, he wants to do something right. Whereas Logan is completely defeated. He has vowed never to use his claws again, never to kill again. And we quickly, we soon find out why about I think it's part 6, why he will never use his claws again until he's pretty much has to. He's kind of forced, his hand is forced by several characters in this graphic novel. So these two men are just going through these issues and they're dealing with them together in very unique ways. And I think that's what the story is mostly about. I mean, with the exception, we have Venom T-Rex that comes and attacks them. Emma Frost and Black Bolt save their lives. And you get a nice little thing about how mutants have not appeared in 40 years. So they're basically a blip. So Emma's like, we're all that remains. You get the Moloids, those creatures that are coming up from the center of the earth to like destroy.
They're actually really
people on the surface.
Too.
Super creepy.
Here's a shot I wanted to share because this comes into place in a little bit when we get towards the ending. So you get a new Mount Rushmore. I love that they still honor the old, the old guard, right? Like nobody else got replaced. They just added
Trump on there.
Okay.
Just
they
kidding.
just added.
Didn't he say he wanted to be on Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, but this was written like 15 years ago. Anyway, but they did add Red Skull. So I wonder why. Well, we'll get there in a second.
I already mentioned that.
Did you?
Yeah, that flashback was really dark. Like, that was...
Yeah.
That was
all right, let's talk about this flashback I'm going to try to quit not snicker, but let's talk about this flashback, because this is the part that this book just... Ugh. All right, so we have Strife. We have Dr. Octopus. We have the Shocker. All these bad guys, right? Strife. All right, Cable's clone. Whatever. They come into the X-Mansion and take Logan by surprise. Logan is like, oh, Dr. Octopus, we've never fought. Meanwhile, all the children are hiding, and Logan is just like going to town, destroying all these characters.
Be careful, don't show too much, you're going to get cut off.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you might want to just,
But yeah, because
you get the idea.
Sees all of them at the same time. He's at the mansion, right? And he's like, well, where is everybody? He's going to the house. He's like, where's Storm? Where's this? And he sees no one until right at the end when he's killing Bullseye. Because all I can think of is if I don't kill him, he's going to hurt the kids. And right before he completely kills Bullseye's like, I thought we were friends. And then you find out that that's actually Jubilee, and he's murdered everyone.
Thanks to Mysterio.
All of the X-Men.
Talk about master of illusions, man. Peter Parker was able to see through his illusions. How could Wolverine?
He said
we're going to talk about that.
He even masked the smells, too.
We'll talk about that.
Oh, that's insane.
And the next thing my favorite hero does after realizing that he's killed all his friends is he tries to commit suicide like a true hero by putting his head on the railroad track, being the complete dickhead that he is because he knows his head is made out of adamantium. So, of course, the train isn't going to get hurt. As a matter of fact, he's just going to derail the train and kill more people. But hey, Mark Millar, I get it.
Yep.
Sorry, sometimes I can't hide my feelings about stories through these ridiculous storylines that we have to read sometimes. But wonderful artwork again by Steve Mcniven. But this is what it looks like.
Quite
Wolverine trying to commit suicide because he's killed all his friends.
Yeah.
And then that's the big reveal. That's what he tells Clint in I want to say it's the 6th chapter. I think you're right.
Yeah,
then we get
chapter.
We get this big thing here. This is a really cool creation. This is Venom, dinosaur Venom.
Dinosaur Venom.
or a dinosaur with the symbiote. Awesome. I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's keep going with this ride. So that takes us to the revelation
of what Clint's really doing.
All right, and what was he doing? What was the plan?
So basically, Clint was actually smuggling super soldier serum to New Babylon to who he believed people who are trying to form a new Avengers, essentially. Come to find out, this man who looks especially like Hitler is not, in fact, trying to do that, but is, in fact, part of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm assuming S.H.I.E.L.D. now has been taken over by Hydra and works for the Red Skull. And it was an operation to get the super soldier serum and kill Barton, which they successfully do. They kill Hawkeye. They think they kill Logan, which I was like, don't they know?
Yeah.
Like, after 40 flash, like, don't they know he doesn't just die like that after so many bullet wounds? So it was sad to see Barton go down like that. But they end up taking Logan and Barton's bodies to the Red Skull and to his like lair of superhero memorabilia, and he's reminiscing on when he killed Captain America. Thank you, Jack. Yes, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
That was a rough scene too with Cap.
Yeah, that was a rough scene.
We're looking at Cap, and by the way, during this time, of course, this is after Civil War, so
which Mark Millar wrote as well, right?
Yeah, but so we don't really know if it's Steve Rogers or not. Jack, where's Mike? Michael, that's you. Where are you with those puns? So, because of the costume, we think it's Bucky during this time, but I don't know. So Red Skull, of course, to just throw up the ante, it also wears the dead soldier's outfit.
Looks awful.
So
yeah,
pretty
good. Yeah.
Pretty edgy, pretty bad. And of course, Wolverine is not dead.
Yep, no, he's not. So he kills his dudes, and then he comes in with Cap's shield, and guess what? We get another decapitation.
I have to say though, that's
a good one.
That's a pretty badass picture.
That was a pretty badass picture of.
No, I was just talking about the pun.
Oh man, look at that! That's awesome.
Oh, you didn't realize did you not realize you made a pun? Because that's even better.
Who, me?
Cap-itation.
Oh, I did make a pun. I didn't even think about that.
That
but
was
I did.
Very good.
Yeah. Look at me. So witty and not even trying.
Yeah. Green Lantern got it. Green Lantern got it. Oh, good job. Oh my God, Michael's is. This one is head and shoulders down the last decapitation.
Michael, how did you read this, man? You had problems with Annihilation. You were like, Annihilation is way too violent.
Nicholas, thanks for joining in. And
yes, thank you for joining in.
Please, I hope you can stay safe. Have a good night.
Yeah, stay safe out there, man. So this leads us to the final arc. Wolverine gets the job done. He's like, I'm going back home to be with my wife and kids because I've been gone, for a month. Mm-hmm. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
But we all know that nothing did go wrong.
Well, I mean, there's always a glimmer of hope when you're reading things like this, right? You always hope for a happy ending.
Yeah.
But when you're reading a giant size Wolverine #1, probably not. So Wolverine goes home and sadly,
in Iron Man armor, no less.
Which is dope.
Which is kind of dope. I like that.
That was so ridiculous.
Yeah, that armor. Yes. Well, he has to get home fast, so it's the best way to travel.
And sadly, I got to show this page because there is an amazing panel that I want to share here. Sadly, his wife and kids are done, right? And the guy he was with, he was like, Logan, and he's like, the name's isn't Logan Pup. Ah, that's so badass. It's Wolverine. Oh yeah, that's it, man. That's it. And then we get the big fight, which is literally the next giant size issue. Is a huge fight where he goes after the Hulk gang.
Yeah, and they're just sleeping.
Okay, Michael, you tell yourself
that.
That's what they're doing. Yes, they hinted early on when the Hulk family come back while he's away, and they hinted that they were going to die, but it's assumed.
Yeah, and oh my god, Mcniven can draw anything. I love that panel right there with old Wolverine with his claws out. Try me. Oh, what a badass. Kind of reminds me, like I said, of Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven. I guess that's not what he's
just
supposed
so you guys can be uber gross about this whole Hulk thing. He had sex with his cousin, the She-Hulk. So that's how all this so gross. So gross.
Bruce, you know what? Never mind.
How? I'm just but Bruce Banner, is he really that kind of guy? I guess the Hulk, but not even the Hulk, because I remember playing Hulk. That is not the Hulk I remember, but I guess
radiation has gotten to his brain.
Clearly, that he thinks that inbred is So,
we have Bruce Banner for the final fight. After Wolverine has killed all his family. He's like, okay, man, you and me. But this was a pretty interesting fight at first because it's literally Bruce Banner fighting Wolverine. You didn't know if he was going to turn into the Hulk or not.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, so was saying that really Banner is creepier than the Hulk version. I was like, I agree.
Yeah. And what a twisted, even his Hulk version's so twisted and monstrous. But I guess after everything he's done, he would be that. It's kind of like, Dorian Gray's picture. Like, the more bad stuff you do, the grosser it looks. So that's what the Hulk form is.
So he turns into Hulk, and then eats Wolverine.
Oh,
Bad
so
move, but
Wolverine is eaten by the Hulk. Now Wolverine has killed most of his family. He's left the baby alone and a couple of cousins alone. But now he's inside of
the Hulk,
the belly of the beast, and he said, "All right, that's enough. You can't keep Wolverine down." So he pops out of the Hulk.
So visceral, and disgusting.
Bitches, I'm back.
I'm back.
Logan comes out, Wolverine, and he mourns his wife and kid, and he says, "You know what? I'm gonna take the baby with me." And he takes the Hulk baby, and then we get the setup for the next ongoing arc,
Lone Wolf and Cub,
which never happened. Sadly, it never happened.
Real?
No, missed opportunities and all that. When we went back to Old Man Logan. No, it was just because Mark Millar, I think, was done. And then because when we came back to the world of Old Man Logan, it was during Battle Worlds, which was written by Bendis, and he immediately picked him out from Battle World to join the 616 universe, and then Old Man Logan came to our universe away from that universe. So we never really got a sad follow-up or a follow-up to this series. Regarded on most people's list as the top 10 best Wolverine stories of all time. Let's break it down. What was what did you all enjoy? And then we'll talk about the things we didn't like, and then give it our score. Like, Maddie, you want to go first? What did you enjoy?
I love the art. Mm-hmm. I really like the art. And it was nice to play around in like a different Marvel world. A lot of these feel there's a lot of things that felt out of character.
Yes,
for a lot of people. But I don't know where they've been coming from. But it's I can still take in the content, while kind of ignoring some of that, just because it was just so different. So it was still compelling enough to like read through. Despite that, but I mean I love like post-apocalyptic Mad Men type of stuff. So this was just fun. Just
fun.
It was just a fun little romp through the wastelands.
Amanda,
made sense,
what did you like?
That's fine.
Yeah, so coming into this, my assumption was that I would see a lot more elements from the movie because that's the only Old Man Logan I am familiar with, right? And I enjoyed the movie a lot, and the story behind it, I think a little bit more than this story. Now, there's definitely elements of it I enjoyed. Particularly him and Barton and their interaction together.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed their road trip and their discussions. I liked seeing how things played out. Like, for instance, there's like there's one full page of like people praying in front of Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Which has been like, Thor is gone. And so people are praying because they want superheroes back, right? They want this world to end that they have been thrusted into, not by their choice. And it's, it's an interesting story about what happens when evil can take control and good has not prevailed. So I think it's an interesting take on when supervillains take over. So that was interesting to me. And I like that he took Baby Hulk in the end.
See, and that's kind of a bummer, right? Because, like, you mentioned Lone Wolf and Cub. I feel like, honestly, if that had been a thing, it would have been like 10 times better.
Yeah.
I could read a whole ass story
about him just like everyone can watch Mandalorian with him and little baby Yoda, because there's something compelling about that story with the side adventures.
Real quick, I do want to highlight Nocturne's comment. How the fuck did Kingpin manage to control such a large part of the USA, though?
Taking over from Magneto, I'm really confused. Because out of the two of them, and it's not like it's a different Kingpin, not the one we're used to either. Yeah. So I'm still confused.
Magneto's old?
I mean, he's old, but I didn't think he was that old. I mean, but he's still always been powerful, regardless of how old he was.
The only thing I can think of is that sometimes Magneto has a little more humanity in him
than we give him credit for.
Mm-hmm. But like, really? I was surprised.
But yeah, I mean, overall, those are the elements that I think I particularly enjoyed. And the little callbacks to the different heroes and the little what happened before and how it came to be what it came to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I like his portrayal of Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye
Yeah.
was on point. Old man Hawkeye. Kind of
It
makes
It
sense.
reminds me of what
Wives.
Matt Fraction's Hawkeye would turn into, I guess, at some point.
It's a cool guy. Still,
Yeah.
old.
Clearly has a lot of women that he sleeps
Clearly
with.
likes younger women too, but that
Yeah.
actually makes sense for that character.
It does.
What else I really like, and I hate that I like this, are the cool factors in the story. Where it's a road trip and we're going on an adventure,
Yeah.
and there's the spider buggy and I get excited, or the Fantastic Four cars,
Yeah.
or all the little Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
The dead giant man in the
Yeah.
when was
The
that?
Ant-Man helmet. That kid with the Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, the kid,
That kid with the
yeah.
Ant-Man helmet. There were some cool factors there, and I actually enjoyed the fight at the end. When we had Wolverine back, he was like popping his
Yeah.
claws,
Yeah.
ready to fight, and destroys all the Hulks, including the big Banner Hulk pops out of his stomach. Like when he ends up with the kid. Sadly, nothing ever came of that.
Yeah.
And of course, Mcniven's artwork is phenomenal. I've always
Well,
been
I
a
think
big
that
fan
was
of
big,
his.
yeah.
But now what do you really think? Go hold
What
back
do I
now.
What do I really think?
Everyone,
This
my
is
dog's alive, by the way. My
Yeah,
worried.
I was worried
Mitch.
about because I was like, Maddie, can you just let everyone know your dog is alive?
Rest in
And I
peace.
covered him up. He was looking. Mitch,
He's
come here.
still there.
Yes. Hello, baby. Look,
There he is. Look, he's alive.
he's a pug. That's what they do. They just. I can
Lay
hear
around
him.
She's like,
Breathe.
yeah, he's a bug. He's a pug. Of course you can hear him breathing.
Yeah.
You just have really good headphones, so none of us can hear him.
So, okay. When I said this story is regarded as one of the, I'm not lying. This makes it in a lot of people's list, not just Wolverine stories, but possible future stories or comic books in general. And I can see that because it's an easy read, especially if it's an easy and fun read. You can sit there and read it for about an hour and just that's it. That's all. That's as long as it takes, and that's mainly to admire the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of this story. I think it doesn't feel like Wolverine at all. Like Mysterio has been a pretty messed up character, but he's never been that powerful. But okay, let's let's even forget that. Let's say he gets really, really powerful that he can control Wolverine's smells. How the hell did these guys break into the mansion to take down all these characters? And how in the hell did Wolverine beat Storm? Cyclops, okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, but
And probably not
did
even
he
true.
How
Storm,
could he did it all by himself, right? And how did the other superheroes, did they see the villains too? Like, I don't understand, right?
Well, what the whole thing where it was that like he went berserk, and the only reason he was able to defeat everybody is because they hesitated when fighting him because they're like his friend, right?
But I mean, this has happened before in comics. Like he has gone feral, and everybody's like, okay, we got to put him down. We got to do something.
But they're able to, so that's why I'm like, well,
no, I agree.
not
It
like
doesn't make any sense.
And I haven't read a lot of Wolverine stories, so for me, as far as if it's in character or not, I couldn't say, but you could. But I don't know.
I also hate the. Okay, fuck it. Let's say that he was able to do it. Let's say he was able to kill all his friends. But then to go and try to commit suicide, oh man, that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
fuck that.
I
Not
don't know if I've
Wolverine.
read any Millar before, but it was obvious that this guy was just like edge the whole time.
He did Civil
I'm not
War, which I'm
surprised.
not a fan of. So
Like this makes sense for this kind of dude.
Like I said, it's fun. It's a fun story, and it's not in continuity. No matter how many
thank goodness.
tries they've, how many times they've tried to make Old Man Logan happen in the regular universe. It was just, I I don't know. It wasn't for me. I've read many possible future stories, and this is one it's ridiculous for him to be moping around like that after doing some stuff. And Millar, what you said earlier, Millar is known. I mean, it's almost kind of become a joke, like for him to be edgy. Why does this whole show hate Bendis?
Well, I never
don't
said
know.
I hated Bendis. Only Omar really hates Bendis.
Why are we
love
even talking about
Ultimate-
Bendis? Bendis didn't even write this thing.
I know. I love Ultimate Spider-Man. What are we talking about?
And this is his best work. Where's Freddy with this? I'm trying to think of anything else. You know, honestly, as much as Ultimates made me cringe at times, especially with the A part for anybody that's in France. Yeah, if y'all remember what I'm talking about. I think that was better than this. Not by much, but I think it was more enjoyable than this.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He was trying to off himself. Like, he mentions it to Clint. But yeah, he lives in pain. Like, Wolverine's a tortured soul to begin with. He's dealt with stuff like this before in his past. He's killed friends. He's had to kill many of his loves.
Yeah.
I
don't think that's my biggest gripe about him, because that's obviously, you know, the character better than I do. I just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people just put edge and grit for the sake of edge and grit. And the story, I feel like it could have been more. It could have been a really, really interesting story about this alternate universe. But, I mean, they kept it simple, which was an easy read. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I still like it better than Civil War. So there you go.
I think it has a lot going for it. I think for people, I get the love of this book. I know why people really enjoy it. It's just it's not for me, and one that I think this is my third time I've read it. I read these when these were going out when I bought the hardcover, so this is my third time reading this again. Maddie, what did you not like?
I guess it's just. I mean, there wasn't anything like I had a huge distaste for. Mm-hmm. It's more. I could tell right away what this was going into. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like. I was like, okay, so this is going to be an edgy story.
Yeah.
And so I went into it with like, okay, well, this is just what I'm dealing with. So I didn't leave it being like, oh, this was so stupid. It was more like, okay, well, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The thing with She-Hulk I thought was really gross and stupid and pointless. But, you know, I get it. It's for creep factor, but it was weird.
Just the Hulks in general. Like when they showed them at the one Hulk cousin or whatever at the mistresses, and all the girls are passed out because he screwed them so hard they can't, like, ugh.
It's so gross.
Gross. Gag me. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hate anything in particular. It's just sort of like, I don't know, just what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, honestly, I like the movie version of Logan, if you will, because there's something to be said about an old man past his prime watching the destruction of his friends. I mean, he did it. That was, you know, a very different scenario. Obviously, it was Charles Xavier, but he's taking care of this man, a very dear friend of his, and this idea of legacy and passing things on and hope. And you didn't really get that at the end. You know, he's kind of forced his hand a little bit, and he doesn't get to really dive into that idea that we need to make this place until his wife and children are found dead and his best friends, like, I don't know.
I wish I had an amalgam of the Logan movie and this movie, because I hated the fact that Logan was a limo driver.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. All I'm gonna say.
Spoilers.
Okay.
He's a limo driver.
He's a limo driver.
So you're not missing much.
Not my Wolverine. But anyway, I love the way that this opened though, where he's got the cowboy hat. I mean, that's Logan. That's who he is. That was really cool. Okay, he settled down with wife and kids. Also cool. It was just aspects of it that really got me. So, anything else left to say before we give our final grade? And then, of course, everybody in the chat, this is just our opinion, but we'd love to know what you all would give it to. out of 10. So, ladies first. Who wants to go first? Who wants to rate it out of 10 first?
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Maddie?
Not to follow what we do every time we have a show, but same. I was like, I'm thinking 6. Man, it's a 6. Okay, well.
It's gonna be 6. It's
next,
okay.
Next
I
time,
promise. It wasn't because she said it.
Next time, I will ask you to go first, Maddie. That way, when you say 6,
I followed. I can go first, and then Amanda will say the same. Amanda will say, I'll say. It's just that is like the trend of the show.
This is a hard decision because as much as I hate, I have a strong hate for the things that I do hate. I really enjoy the things that I liked about this book, such as the art, how fast it read. So I think, okay, it's better. Okay, 5.5, 5.5 out of 10. For me.
Wow, you were more generous.
That's probably one of the highest ratings I've given a Mark Millar book. I'm not the biggest Mark Millar fan either, but I think, yeah, it's 5.5. It was solid.
How if this was one of my favorite characters that was in this, I could feel very differently.
Yes.
But let's talk about this really quick because I want to pinpoint for a guy who wants a What If omnibus. You sure didn't like this. That's right, because during What If stories, the characters are still true to who they are in the 616 universe. This is not Wolverine. This is Hawkeye. I'll give you that. But this isn't Wolverine. It's not the way he would have handled things, and it's not the decisions that he would have made in the past. So, of course. And yes, What If is excellent. What if Wolverine was Lord of the Vampires was a more Wolverine story than this was, but that's just me.
This makes me excited for the animated show that's going to be on Disney Plus.
Is that still a thing? Is that
it
still
is
coming?
Still a thing as far as we know.
Wait,
Yeah.
What show? Oh,
they're doing a What If. Yeah, the What If. Yeah. So I'm excited.
That's going to be great, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we got here. We're getting some answers. 9.5. There's people that really enjoy this. A 5 out of 10. A 1 out of 10.
Oh, shoot, Django.
2.5. Wolverine is a complex character. 3 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 2 out of 10. I'm really surprised with some of these low scores. This is really regarded as one of the best stories to a lot of people.
I really don't know how.
Comics, 7 out of 10.
Fine, but best?
Yeah, like a top 10. I mean, I'm sure Wolverine has had so many stories over the course of his lengthy comic book history. This can't be the top 10.
You all gave it a 6.
Yeah.
Is that what you all gave Dark Phoenix to?
I gave it a 4.
I think we give it maybe a 4 or 5.
Dark Phoenix is regarded as one of the best X-Men stories.
Yeah, well,
9 out of 10. I can't remember what you all gave it. That's why I asked. 6 out of 10. To be determined out of 10. You haven't read it.
Oh, okay. I hope we didn't spoil it. I hope you're okay with
Elliot,
it.
You haven't read either.
Elliot, that's
out of 72.
Where were you in math class, Elliot? 7 out of 10, a 7.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10. That's what I've seen a lot of. And 8.5 out of 10.
Green Lantern. Damn. Maybe Wolverine doesn't have that many good stories.
Oh.
Well, that is actually a really good point, right? When you see characters with the top 10 list, you have to wonder, man, did their stories just suck, or why is this in here?
No, Spider-Man has some very good top 10 stories, but he also has a lot of stories, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
6 out of 10 from Jack. I don't even know if Jack read this. What are you doing here, Jack? This isn't a movie show, but good to see you. 11 out of 10. My boy, Iron Strength loves this book. Good on you, man. Good on you, brother. Omar, disappointing. Bringing up the Dark Phoenix. It's a 10 out of 10.
Love you, Freddie.
like I wrote it myself.
Yeah, he's so disappointed. It's like Chris Claremont's grandchild, I think.
A fun out of 10. That is an awesome rating. Fun out of 10. I like that.
1 out of 10.
I guess that's another thing I took into in consideration. Just finished the She-Hulk by Byrne, and to see being reduced this to 7 out of 10. Yeah, the Byrne She-Hulk is awesome. We're gonna do that sometime. Will you guys do Old Man Logan 0 through 10? Yes, you did. That's right. Maybe Dead Man Logan. Maybe, yeah. It's a lot of fun to go through some of these stories. That Old Man Logan started with Bendis, and then was it Ed? No, Jeff Lemire took over the book.
Mm-hmm.
A dumb out of 10.
Man, Jago Fett also really didn't like this. It is comic book.
You know, you read comics for so long. You don't even have to be reading comics for so long, but you get attached to some of these characters. You take it to heart whenever they act out a character like they're your best friends. Like, no, Wolverine wouldn't do that.
Yep.
Bendis, Lemire, and Ed Brisson ended up taking it. Yep. Omar, if you have time, would you name every omnibus and graphic novel in the bookshelf behind you? No. No, I do not have time. Amanda and Maddie over Omar. Okay.
Oh,
thanks,
Jack.
Always good to see you, Jack.
Come on.
And of course, I have to highlight Great Simon.
It is.
You know, the effects he has on me. It's just amazing. Isn't my Princess Maddie's hair?
Thank you.
I helped her do her hair, so you should be thanking
not.
me. Yes, I did.
Not true.
You should be
Not
thanking me,
true.
Great Simon.
Yeah.
Lord.
Comic book characters are my only
friends.
friends.
Oh, Shonda said.
That needs to be a T-shirt.
It does.
That needs to be a T-shirt, my dude.
That's a very ironic T-shirt that someone could wear.
Lionheart, I didn't buy any Omnis last week. I looked at the list and made my plan, and nothing caught my attention enough to pick it up. Which is good, honestly, because I don't have the money to spend on omnibuses right now.
Oh, you're telling me. I'm going to some comic book stores tomorrow here in Texas.
Comic book what?
Stores.
Stores.
In Texas. Yeah, I'm going to see what they've got down here.
She's got more Southern since she left.
Even more. Yeah, which you think would be the opposite. I probably would be. Never mind. I just realized what I say would kind of come off sound a little bit not good. So I'm
next month, my pick for October, these
Berserk.
Spooktacular
yeah.
Berserk.
I'm excited to read it.
So
When are we
that's
gonna read
coming.
Monster?
I don't know. When do you want to read it? You can do Monster in October too, Maddie.
I mean,
That was just my one pick.
I'd love to read Monster. I don't know of any other spooky stuff that I would. Well, we do a Junji Ito book every year, which means that this year we have to read Gyo.
Yeah. Did we do? No, we didn't do. We did Uzumaki and was it Tomie?
Yeah. So we did Uzumaki the first year, Tomie the second year, which means this year it's time to read Gyo.
Oh yeah, Gyo is nasty because of the description of the smells. Ugh.
Yeah.
Amanda, Jack has mentioned this 3 times now.
It is.
So,
It's from American Eagle, and it is very comfortable.
all right. Are they
My
sponsoring
husband
this
leaves
show?
the hotel room. No, but my
Okay, well, then don't mention where it's from.
room at like 65 degrees because he likes it cool. So I'm cold, even though
All
I'm in
right.
Texas.
Cool.
More Swamp Thing. What if we just read more Swamp Thing?
Well, we're waiting for Absolute 2, remember?
Uh,
That was supposed to drop in... It might still come out in October. I'll have to check. So, let's see. For the rest of this month, next week, we're doing Supergirl.
Drew has a question about Conan.
or Animal Man. I want Amanda to read Animal Man.
Yeah, I do want to read Animal Man.
Comic... Yes.
Drew wants to know why we act like Conan comics don't exist.
Because I don't care about Red Sonja.
I have a ton of them for some reason. And I don't know why.
You have the Dark Horse stuff, which is excellent.
Yes, I have the Dark Horse stuff because my husband collected it. So I have like a ton of it.
That's a good question. If only I could write these ideas down. All right. I'm going to start writing things down. So, next week is Supergirl being super.
Yes.
The week after that is...
New Frontier, right?
I think
No.
so.
Matt.
Well, just let me. There's an email I have to respond to first, and then I can tell you what ours.
Yeah, tell us if it's on the 15th or 29th.
Because we might be reading Far Sector.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, we
I
could
would've
still
figured it
do
out
new.
sooner if I had checked our email, but I didn't.
Okay. Well, we could still do New Frontier on the 29th, and then the 22nd, the Patreon vote.
Yeah.
For the Patreon vote, Amanda, you wanted to do some Spider-Man stories?
Yeah.
So, what are the 3 choices?
Speaking of Spider-Man stories, the best ones. So hold on, I gotta look at what I wrote to you.
While you do that, real quick, Lionheart, your super chat. Thank you,
Oh,
Lionheart.
thank you, Lionheart.
Thank you,
I
Lionheart.
Omar made 2 orders last Tuesday. My first order, all 6 Omnis were picked in scan today. Nice. Damn,
Nice,
Lionheart.
Awesome.
man. Yeah, 6 Omnis, my
You got
dude.
that Omni money.
Or good credit, which helps.
Did I text it to you? Okay,
Oh, I got it. Okay,
It's gonna be-
so
go ahead.
nope. You go ahead. Should we pick up Old Man Hawkeye after this? How about Hellblazer story in October? That's a good idea
that's a
too.
good idea.
I'd be down for like a Hellblazer or
Yes.
like a Lucifer
Mhm.
Oh man, the
October.
best Hellblazer is Garth Ennis. I love Garth Ennis Club, but we don't have to do the whole thing. But there's some really good stories by Ennis in there. One of them is The Night When Stacy Died,
The night when Stacy died.
the original Clone Saga, or Spider-Man Life Story.
Life story. Yes, that's right.
Those are the three options, and they'll be up to our Patrons to vote. So
Yes.
Lloyd, yeah, that's one of them.
Spider-Man. It is one of them. Yep.
And to check out our Patreon, it's $1 a month. So to join, and you can vote. And there's other little things in there for our patrons only. So Tamaki and Jones are coming to take away the nightmares of bloodbaths of the last two.
Yep.
What did we read last? Oh, Sandman. That's right. Nightmares.
Yes.
Life Story. Yeah, we figured we'd throw something new in there, as well as two old classic stories that we haven't done yet. So
Exactly.
everyone, make sure you buy Omar's OnlyFans too. Yes, don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans. I'll tell you. I'll put the link in the description. I don't have an OnlyFans. But let's talk about October while we're all here. What you all would like to read? My suggestion, seriously, is just Berserk. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and now that the 5 volumes are out, we can do the first big story arc, and that ends in volume 13.
Okay.
What would you all like?
I mean, since it's October, I really want to read, some October-y things.
Spooky.
Yeah. I mean, Hellblazer sounds really good to me.
There are over 300. No, there's 300 issues of Hellblazer. I can pick out some of the best my favorite runs, and we can go with that.
Jessica says American Vampire.
Okay.
Yep. I really wish Scott Snyder would finish that up. He was supposed to have finished that last year, I think, when he was done with this whole metal thing.
Wait, Harrow County. Have we?
Yeah, we did talk about Harrow County.
Yeah, I haven't read it though, but that would be.
I've read it, but we can. I don't mind.
Well,
I love
someone
that book.
has to read it because it has to be Old Reader, New Reader, so that's fine.
Well, it's got to the point now. It's like whatever. It can be New Reader. Who cares anymore?
Kate said, "Read Plot from the Vault." Have you guys heard? I've never heard of that, but I'm assuming you have.
From Vault.
Yeah.
I have the book. I just haven't read it.
Okay.
But that can change. Like I said,
That
we'll.
can change.
I just wanted to know what you two wanted to do. If you want to do Junji Ito, we can. That can be 1 week.
Well,
There's only 4 weeks.
I feel like we have to do one Junji Ito. I feel like
We
it's
do.
tradition.
Okay.
I would rather read one of those in a car in an open field instead of going into a haunted house. That's what I did with Uzumaki. I sat in my car in an open cornfield while everyone else went to a haunted house because I would rather read about those damn spirals.
Dude, I read Long Halloween.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did Long Halloween 2 years ago on the channel.
Yes,
So, yeah.
because which yes, it would be really cool to read it as we're coming up on Matt Reeves' Batman. But
What's up, Make Havoc? Yeah.
Django Fett, we did already do Uzumaki if you go back a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So go way back.
2018.
October 2018.
Yep.
And then October 2019 we did Tomie. So this year we'll do Gyo. I like that. Gyo.
Yeah, I like it too.
How is it pronounced?
Gyo.
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 Nice.
Means
Got
fish.
it. What?
Means
Spoilers?
fish? Oh man.
It's about fish.
Oh gosh.
It's good. I like it.
It is
Dude,
so
that's exactly the one I was gonna suggest that they would pick, but I'm gonna leave it up to them. That's top 10 favorite Hellblazer story ever. I love it.
Is it Ennis?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Like he wrote literally the best Hellblazer.
Okay.
But
Real quick, people in the chat, just so you know, I don't know if you read any Kyle Starks books or like his art, but he's got a new website up, kylestarks.com, and he's got like $10 and $30 digital commissions right now for a limited
Oh wow,
time. So
that's awesome.
That's
a smart idea.
I'm going to join his sticker club now.
That's really awesome.
Omar, what's the perk of doing Patreon? Should I do Patreon over YouTube membership?
You mean over like a YouTube premium membership?
The YouTube membership lets you. I don't know. Some people have access to it. It's easier access. You doing a YouTube membership, I think it's one less thing that people have to create an account for. That might be the benefit. We were just doing Patreon before YouTube membership was a thing.
Yeah.
So, maybe Hellboy. That's right. We did 2 Hellboys in a
Yeah,
row.
we did.
But I'm leaving it up to you 2 ladies. My pick is Berserk. That's the one that I really want to do. So you all,
let me think.
Think about it.
Yeah,
let me know.
about
We
it.
still have
Monster sometime, but Monster would be a lot to put on.
With Berserk.
it's
Yeah.
18 volumes.
Yeah,
Berserk goes quick though. Berserk is not like
all
Monsters
manga goes quick. I feel like, but
I would agree with that.
I
read Uzumaki in one night.
yeah,
I know it wasn't like a bunch of stuff, but
it's still thick.
It's still a thick book.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the most wordiest manga because there are some out there, and I could Zengatsu, the teacher. I cannot remember the name, but I remember
We read Rachel Rising.
We
for
did.
Spooktober
I
2
love
years
Rachel
ago.
Rising.
2 years ago. Speaking of, did you get your 5 years later? Mine just came in today.
Yours came in.
Yeah, today.
Did you get an email about it?
No, it just came in. I had no idea it was even going to be shipping out. Just came in today.
Let me just
Are you
check.
texting your post office?
No, I get like the post office emails every day. It tells me stuff is coming.
Oh, okay. If you do a Berserk read, you must invite. Jess gave up on Berserk, man. He couldn't do it. He did the first.
Geo.
Yeah, we can.
Why isn't Geo on our show?
Because we haven't done an Aquaman story except for one time.
And we didn't invite people at that time.
For the last time, Jack, I am Gen X. Boomers are the ones with the money.
Boomers
I have
are
no
like
money.
my parents.
Yeah,
They're in their
I have
50s
no money.
60s. Boomers have all the money. Gen X are the forgotten children.
Forgotten
Me and
children.
Maddie on the cusp. We're the millennials, and we're the ones apparently causing all the problems. But I would say it's Gen Z now.
Thank you so much. Dan, you knew exactly what I was talking about. Sayonara Setsubo. That's the manga that is wordy as hell. Jack thinks he's not getting old.
I didn't think that either until I hit about 32, and then I realized I'm starting to get old.
We did Silver Surfer by Dan Slott
last month, 2 months ago?
2 months ago, I think. 2 months ago.
June. I think in June.
Yeah.
No, fantastic. Mm-hmm.
Lennon has class in 10 minutes.
Where are you, Lennon?
That's okay, because, we're going to be wrapping up at 9 o'clock anyway, so you're good, man.
Well, you're
good
golden.
to go. Or golden, sorry. Gen X says,
You're
golden is what millennials say. And we all get old. That's right. That's better than the alternative. That's for sure.
Hey, guys, it's true. So if you're in the chat right now, listen. If you buy $200 worth of Omni,
what's the shit?
Your erotic photos. Amanda can back me up.
Not of me. Not of me. It's not erotic.
No, of him.
Yeah.
Nope.
With the Omnis covering him. Like,
yeah.
Y'all are silly.
We gotta make money, Omar.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll talk about that after the show. It's 2 a.m. here. Time for bed. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. I'd be
Gen
asleep.
X paved the way for the nerd culture. What's up? That's right, man.
Think about it. They're the ones kind of, helming all of these superhero movies and things that have now taken off, if you really think about it.
11 a.m. You must.
Wow.
Nope, not even going to guess.
Who's good with time zones? Lennon,
Nope.
where are you
I
from?
don't even know why I was trying.
We're not going to try. Where are you from, Lennon? We're curious.
Like bubbles on Rogue, Omar has... Look, that's right, my dude. That's right. Look at that perfection right there. Look at those well-placed bubbles.
So well placed.
Oh, my goodness. Those were the days of X-Man. Omar ordered Wolverine Omnibus last Tuesday. Ice-T still shows not pickup. Can I have yours? No. You're in Australia. Awesome, man. Thank you for joining us. 11 o'clock in the morning, huh?
Hey, that was just extra for you.
I got the full frontal. I feel special. Yeah, that was free of charge, man. It's what I do when I'm drinking tequila. Omar's old enough to be my father, and Maddie and Amanda are the same ages as my sister. Are you fanficking this family? Like, what? Where I'm your dad, and I'm like, go to bed, Jack. Get off the internet.
You've heard him say that to the girls.
Is that what you want, man? Roberto, I know, man. It's coming, but it has to be natural, man. Somebody mentioned Rogue, Bubbles,
Y'all are just asking
Papa,
for it.
Omar, Daddy. I don't know if I like these names.
Y'all are just asking for it.
I don't know what the hell Jack calls me, but I don't think I want to know. All right, wait. What character would hurt Marvel more if they died, Wolverine or Captain America? Well, we've seen Wolverine and Captain America die, and I don't think they were hurting. I think the cells of Buckcap were really good. And
Spider-Man? No,
we got all new Wolverine out of that, which is an amazing series. Yo quiero a mi papi. No, why am I reading that?
I don't know.
Miss the Wolverine Omnibus. Is it getting restocked? It is out of print right now at Diamond, but I think places like Amazon still have it. I don't know if Cheap Graphic Novels has any copies left or not. So I hope so. Yes. I'm more like a big brother. Thank you, Shonda Sook. Right? Saludos de Chile. Gracias. I challenge Omar to a game of football. Nope, not even going to go down that road.
No.
I don't know what that's going to do. Bring Kat Dennings back. Yeah, Wolverine had the funeral, the death of Wolverine, the road to the death of Wolverine, and then, of course, what was the hunt for Wolverine? No, that's when he came back.
Why did they like to kill him so much and bring him back?
Well, he's never really been dead. Even when he died, he was just inside of adamantium, so it was fine. The death of Miles Morales would hurt. Maybe. I don't know how well the cells of Miles are doing.
Of the current series is?
I love Saladin Ahmed. I think he's a phenomenal writer. Yeah. And he's the one that's writing it. But I just don't know how well the cells are. Hold on a second. What would Omar rather have? A drawing of Wolverine or a drawing of a swimsuit Psylocke by Jim Lee? How about both? I mean, why not both, right? I'm not a man that is greedy or opposed to either one of those.
Nocturne said Wolverine in a swimsuit. That's what you'd prefer by Jim Lee.
No. I want Psylocke. Look at this. Can Wolverine beat Guts in a fight? Ah, man. That is an excellent question. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a draw. It's got to be a draw. An Avengers Massacre will really hurt. I don't know. That was once their flagship title. I'm not really sure how
it's doing right now.
Yeah. Marvel Swimsuit Edition gave it to us. That's right. We got a lot of Speedos. You know, I think an Marvel Omnibus Swimsuit Edition would sell these days. Because that book came out in 1990, 1991, 1992. There was a 93, all the way up, I think, all the way until 96 or 97. That's enough to fill an omnibus. A lot of us had those issues growing up. A lot of us had those posters ripped out and put on our wall. Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yes, X-Men is back on top. It's so good to be an X-Men fan again. I swear. If Nightcrawler died, it would hurt again. Guts is powered by a demon dog. I gotta give it to him. I don't know, man. Wolverine apparently has this beast inside of him that not even a train can run over.
Mm-hmm.
The horniest Omni known to man. Yeah, but I think, we've gotten to that age.
The age of what? Swimsuit edition Omnis?
Hell yeah. It's the age of kids that grew up in the 90s that want books like that now printed in Omni. I mean, we've gotten the Marvel handbook of the handbook of the Marvel universe. We're getting 2 editions of that. So things like that. Horniest Omni Sunstone.
I mean, yeah, until like Money Shot or Mercy gets omnibuses. Or deluxe editions, I guess.
Yeah, Wolverine did go to hell. So I know, and he came back with friends. Because that's how Wolverine is. And yep, that's the thing. Now you got the money to buy those. So
Yes, it's
that's
true.
why they make books like that.
Exactly.
All right, ladies, let's wrap up for tonight and tell these wonderful folks what's next week. Week after.
Supergirl being
Friday.
super.
That's
Yep.
right. It's one of my favorite DC books out a couple years ago. Phenomenal art, great story. I hope you guys like it. And what was I gonna say? Thanks for joining. Comment down below if you're watching this later. Tell us what you thought about Old Man Logan. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe for future videos. Hit that notification button. We have a Redbubble if you want to, wear some near mint merch in real life like Omar is right now.
Mhm.
And we also have a Patreon through which you can vote for the pick of the month. So you can choose what we read once a month. And I hope you all stay safe and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a good evening or morning.